Right, just back again quickly. I managed to crack this open, and as expected, it's all potted, and they were relying on this really quite thick rubber seal that's been put between the two halves. But I was surprised to see this bit here that looks pretty much like a mains connector, with 3 exposed terminals, and I'm just wondering if that actually is the live neutral connections. So, and I'm hoping not, because you would expect those to be deep in there and potted, but I guess we'll find out. Sure, they're not. They can't have done that. Oh dear. Well, that's the neutral pin. No, sorry, live. And wait a minute. That is live connection. The brown one, it's big thick brown cable coming in there, and that is connected directly to the live. What I can't find is neutral connection. Oh, there we go. I just wasn't pushing enough. There's a bit of tarnish on there. So strangely, it's incredibly well potted, except the bit that you probably should do. Oh dear. I guess they never intended anything, any liquid to get into to that. But it does seem a bit odd that you wouldn't make sure that was completely potted. There's some other connections here, just edge connectors. Hopefully you can see there. One potted on quite securely. That's not going to come off very easily. Then it all goes into the potting, so we're not going to be able to see anything at all. I damaged this slightly when I prized it all open. I think there's probably a little bit of circuitry. Oh no, it's not. It's just the end of the display. It's a little bit damaged. So yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see anything more than that. So yeah, the reason for the funny wet look underneath here is simply because that's obviously very soft and flexible, and that plastic behind it is much thicker, but you can still bend it, and I think it's just the interaction. Well, there you can see it there, hopefully, if I get the light right. If I push that, you see the little dark mark there. So again, another cock up of design, and that's what all of these displays ended up with, which somewhat spoilt the feel of a prestige £400 product. The other thing I'm sure you're aware of already if you've ever looked at one of these, it's on the lid, which I've chucked on the floor. There, the hoses go onto a plastic piece that go into here. I'll probably show this on a different video. I've mentioned it before, but to release the hose mechanism, you obviously have to turn the pump off, lift that isolates the water, it turns here and it's controlling a valve in that assembly that plugs in here. You open that up, then you have to pull this up, and then that pops out. And so put it back in, you shut that. But what you can do is put that in there, forget to shut this, and then this bit of plastic is forced, because that's not sitting in there properly, you can get a lot of power on that lever, and because it's not lined up properly in here, this bit of plastic is pushed out. And again, pretty much everyone has, the customer's made a mistake at some point and broken this piece here. It's a really stupid design. It's really weak, and you can put quite a bit of pressure into that, and before you realise you've made that mistake, you've broken it. It's just pants, just a really stupid idea. Anyway, so there you go, that is the end of the Fluval G6 as far as I'm concerned. And the fact that it's still being sold as brand new and the best thing available is surprising. So there you go, all potted, nothing to do with it. In my case, the fault, I'm sure, is with this here, the driver for the impeller. Clearly nothing we can do with that. Don't think I'm even going to bother to break it open like I did with that Jabo. It's that's part of the moulding, and they've assembled it and then just filled it up with the potting epoxy. So yeah, that is off to the bin. There you go, that's what's inside a Fluval G6. Catch you later.